Hello everybody, this is EzraTime again here, and welcome back to another movie review video. And today, we're gonna be reviewing a movie called Bullet Train, which is just released on actually last month on August 5th, I think. I actually never actually see any of the trailer before because I mean I know people say that, oh, it was insane, from the trailer, but I just like didn't actually have any interest to watch the trailer, and even when the movie came out in my country, which is also in August 5th, I think, I just didn't really have like the needs or the feel to watch it on theaters, I don't know, like back in August, it's just like I just feel lazy. I don't really want to watch any movie at the time, which is really weird, but I decided to check it out anyway when the movie released on digital, which just released like yesterday, I think, released on digital, and I think it's a really fun movie. Like so many people already said it before. So Bullet Train is about we're gonna go to the premise and then obviously the positive and the negative part about the movie. So Bullet Train is about a bunch of assassins. I think five different assassins that got on board on this bullet train, and then they realized that apparently they have the one common goal that they have to reach together, working as a team. And the movie itself is starring, Brad Pitt, Brian Tyree Henry, Joey King, Aaron Taylor Johnson, obviously Hiroyuki Sanada, which is great, and Michael Shannon and Sandra Bullock, I think, which is pretty surprising. And the movie itself is directed by David Leitch, and you might know David Leitch from the first John Wick movie. He's responsible for that. It was both directed by David Leitch and Chad Stahelski, I think. And then he also responsible for Atomic Blonde, Hobbs and Shaw, and then Deadpool 2. That's all David Leitch director, or like directing, you could say that. And he's a really good director, because he used to be a stunt guy, and I think he also stunt double for Brad Pitt in the movie Fight Club, which is pretty cool. Now he's like being a director now. He's directing Brad Pitt, in the movie, and like when David Leitch and the company 87 North Production, which is also like responsible for like a many great martial arts movie, then yeah, I think you're gonna expect a really really great action, kind of like John Wick in a way, right? And yeah, the movie has a great action, obviously the great part besides the action is the chemistry between the cast, especially Aaron Taylor Johnson and Brian Tyree Henry's character. I think Lemon and Tangerine, right? And yeah, I love how Brian Tyree Henry just like character Lemon just keep talking about Thomas the Tank Engine. I used to watch that show as when I was a kid, and I don't know, it's kind of fun. He keep bringing up the many different personality and I kind of like put them on the other people, and obviously, Tangerine was like, "You're gonna talk about that again? I'm gonna shoot you in the face," something like that, right? And like these two has such a good chemistry, because I mean the character itself was like I think it was a twin, like twin brothers, you could say that. And you can feel the chemistry between the two of them. They are really really funny at times, but when the shit got serious, they get serious, they become a badass pretty much, and like you believe these two are actually brothers and you really care for so much about them as the movie progresses, and despite the funny moment they had, and obviously Brad Pitt character as well, which is Ladybug. At first he was just, yeah, he's a fun character, fun and funny and quirky, and then I don't see a pacifist, which is pretty funny that he is a supposedly an assassin, but like he kind of stopped being an assassin. He just like pickpocket and stuff like that, right? And then he doesn't want to use guns. He doesn't want to kill people, but he still did what he did, And it's like, okay, I don't know why, but I guess it's fate, I guess, right? And yeah, his character is also really funny, but also like serious at times, and I really like that. It does bring, like the movie itself doesn't take itself too seriously, which I think is a really really good point, because like this type of movie doesn't need to be taken seriously, like some of the plot, like sure doesn't make any sense probably at some point, but I don't really care, to be fair. Like I have a fun time, I have a blast watching this movie, and obviously you got Hiroyuki Sanada as well, which is amazing in this movie, and I'm a big fan of Hiroyuki Sanada ever since I was in a Mortal Kombat, where he plays Scorpion, and I know he works on many other movies as well. I think he also worked together with Keanu Reeves, I think, back in 2013, I think, and he's gonna be in John Wick 4, so it's gonna be amazing, which is again starring Keanu Reeves. Um, and yeah, it's just like he's a really solid character. That he's probably the only serious character in this movie, which I'm fine with, because sometimes you need some serious character. And yeah, obviously the other character is played by Joey King, which is called the Prince. Which is I think her character is like amazing because like Joey King performance in this movie was actually really amazing. Like she actually made it believable, and I think the character's gonna break the fourth wall at some point where it's like, man, like those are real tears, man. It was so real. It's like, yeah, that's her character. Like it's like cunning and stuff like that. Basically deceiving so many people, and honestly it works thanks to Joey King performance. Like she's great, she's really great. And obviously we got Andrew Koji, which is play Yuichi Kimura, which all or the father like they call them. Basically kind of get revenge for his son. And let's not forget the best character in the movie, which is the war ball, which is a sequence that I didn't exactly expect to appear. That, oh, the water bottle, and then it kind of showed the scene where what the bottle has gone throughout the movie. It was like, wow, it's amazing. He survived throughout the end of the movie, which is okay, wow. But I think some people might say that it's some theme about the water bottle and stuff like that. But I don't know. I just find it fun that they actually include the water bottle as the character. I think it's really fun. And yeah, I think that's pretty much all the 5 assassins in the train. And yeah, it's just such a amazing fun action movie. And I think it's really helps because like I think the choreography in this movie is like, sure, maybe it's not as insane as the John Wick level, but I don't think that's the whole purpose. The whole purpose of this movie is like it's fun, it's funny. So I think the fight scene is also funny, but it's also well choreographed. Like it's really fun to watch the fight scene, and I think most of the actor does their own stunt, which is also amazing. I think Brad Pitt does 95% of his stunt, which is again fucking amazing. I love it so much. And there is some other surprising cameo in this movie that I didn't really expect to see. Like you get this character called the Hornet, and then you see who plays the Hornet. Was like, oh, like I didn't expect to see that actress in this movie. Okay. And there's also this one character called the Wolf, which is played by I think that's a really famous Brazilian, like wasn't Brazilian, like Mexican, right? Called Bad Bunny. I think that's the his alias. And yeah, it's like it's such a cool character in my opinion. Like there is, if I have to give some negative part about this movie, is that some of the elements of this movie probably doesn't even make any sense when you reach the ending of this movie, because every single time that every single thing that happens feels like a coincidence, even though like what happens in the end of the movie is like, oh really, like I mean all of them are coincidence. So I don't know, man. The more you think about it, and I feel like the more you think about this movie objectively, then the more that you can find some flaws with it. So I think it's important to just like shut your brain down and enjoy the movie for what it is. And the other negative part is that like they kind of focus so much on this character the wolf, and it's like, yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of cool. We see the backstory, but at the same time, it's like, come on, man, really, like, you're gonna show us all of that, and then like that happened, really, that fucking happened after you showed all of that, like, come on, man, like I feel like every audience that watched that probably just like, really, like, what, it's like, oh man, come on, so it's like some of the storylines, sure, like maybe it's not that cohesive, but at the same time I don't really mind that, because you definitely kind of get the Quentin Tarantino feel and then the Guy Ritchie feel of the movie, like the style and all that kind of stuff. Obviously the story structure wasn't exactly like concrete from the beginning to the end. Like it wasn't like that. It's like a Quentin Tarantino movie basically, where you kind of like jump between a few points, especially in the beginning of the movie, which is gonna be like a down part for many people, I'm assuming. But I feel like when the movie does kind of build up to the character and does become cohesive, like in terms of the storyline and the characters, once you know all of them and then you know why they are in the train, then yeah, I think the movie just kicks off from there. And I think the third act of this movie is completely insane. Like it was super fun. I didn't expect to be like that big of an action. I was like, wow, okay, I didn't expect that to happen. I was like really fun, and I kind of wish I watched this movie on theaters, but again, back in the day, I don't really feel like watching the movie for some reason. But yeah, definitely watching it run, like, yeah, I kind of wish I watched this movie in theater. It's gonna be a fun experience. And it's just like, yeah, I mean, that's Bullet Train, guys. It's a fun movie. Great characters, great directing by David Leitch. Great action sequences, obviously martial art sequences, or you could say that. And it's just like, yeah, I think it's just like the type of movie that you don't supposed to think too much, because again, like I said before, if you think too much, then yeah, it's not gonna make any sense, at some point. But I feel like if you just turn your brain off and then just like accept this is like a dumb fun action movie, then you're gonna enjoy it because it is a dumb fun action movie. It's really great, So at the end, I'm gonna give Bullet Train a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. There is some storyline that wasn't exactly concrete and like all like cohesive, but at the same time, it was like okay, like it's a small part in the beginning of the movie, but at the same time, as the movie progresses, that you really care for the characters a lot. At least for me. So yeah, there's that. So yeah, you guys can let me know in the comment section below what do you guys think about this movie Bullet Train. Have you guys watched the movie? If you haven't, then please go watch it. It's a fun movie. And if you guys already watched it, then tell me in the comment section below what do you guys think about this movie right here. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this movie review, then leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, the usual stuff. And if you guys want to support the channel even further, you guys can become a member of the channel by clicking the join button beside the subscriber button, in below right there. So you guys can support me even more, support this channel even more. I will be really appreciate that. And obviously, I'm still developing the membership perks and stuff like this. So the feedback are all welcome. So please, help me out here. And yeah, either way, thank you for still supporting the channel, guys. I really appreciate that. Stay tuned for more movie reviews or other stuff in the future. We'll see. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this movie review, guys. And I will see you guys in the next one then. Bye.